And it's that time, like I said, going to do the 4K action camera shootout of the top brands that are out right now for 2017, just to give you an idea of video quality and the depth of color, the high dynamic range of each camera. We're going to start off with the ThiEYE T5e, SJ7 STAR by SJCAM, the Firefly 8S, of course the GoPro Hero 5, and the Sony FDR-X3000. And to keep it fair, I've got the Sony set at 60 megabits per second, as this is what all the other cameras record in. Also, the Firefly is only at 90-degree angle, so keep that in mind. And also, if you're wondering why I have not included the ThiEYE 4K Plus camera in this 4K shootout, the ThiEYE actually stopped working for me. It froze up and then would never reboot. I contacted ThiEYE to no avail, so that's why it's not included in this little shootout. 1, 2, 3. All right, gonna check out checking out the 4K footage on all 5 of these cameras. They're all set at 4K, 30 frames per second. They're all handheld on a block of wood, held down by rubber bands right next to each other. The only one that offers image stabilization is going to be the Sony, which is this one right here. It offers image stabilization. We're going to see white balance recovery. White balance is set to auto on all 5 cameras. Now, like I said, don't pay too much attention to the fact of stabilization, because not all of these have image stabilization. Now I'm just going to try to prop this up on a table top. That helped or not. So now, given the fact that you've had an opportunity to take a look at some of the footage that's all side by side, I'd like to see what your comments are. So please comment below and tell me which one that you thought was the best and then the worst. And I'd be real curious to see that. I'm going to share what I thought personally. Now, just keep in mind, this is just strictly my opinion on what I've seen on the screen. And I'll give some examples here in a moment. But in my opinion, it's the Sony FDR-X3000 that wins first place in its 4K quality. And that's going to be, and that's excluding the image stabilization, because, you know, the Sony has the BOSS system, which is optical hardware stabilization, where the other cameras have electronic image stabilization, but that's only offered in the lower resolutions. At 4K, none of the other cameras offer image stabilization, but I think the Sony has a natural true color, because I know what the color of the bricks of my house are. It is a natural true color. In second place, I'm going to have to give it to the GoPro Hero 5, even though it's a little bit favoritive to the color green, and you can see how that messes with the sky. But that's nothing that you can't fix in post. But I think its overall image profile is much better on the Hero 5 than on the other three cameras. So, given the fact that I've said that, I'll give you a little example of what I'm talking about. Right here is where I'm going to show you white balance recovery on how fast that the camera adjusts to different lighting conditions. I'm walking outdoors, and you see right there on the right hand side that the Sony has already white balance corrected itself, where the GoPro is about the same as the Firefly 8S in this one image. The SJ7 STAR is probably the most overblown, and then you've got the ThiEYE T5e. Now what we're going to look at is a still shot of the trees in the background. And like I said, the Firefly 8S, it is a 90 degree, so it does not have that distortion, that fisheye distortion that a lot of the other action cameras do have whenever they're set in wide mode. What I'm going to do here is we're just going to zoom in on some of the images here so that you can take a quick look to see the detail once it's zoomed in at 200%, and I'll just kind of let you be the judge. All right, what we're looking at here is a shot of the faraway trees between the Firefly 8S, the ThiEYE T5e, and the SJ7 STAR. And what I'd like for you to take a look at is the clarity of these three images and the sharpness and the detail, considering that this is now blown up 200%. And the reason why that I only have these three cameras as opposed to including the GoPro Hero 5 and the Sony FDR-X3000 is because, like I said earlier, I believe that the Sony comes in first place, the Hero 5 comes in second place, but then again, those are going to be also the two most expensive action cameras compared to all five. So I thought that I would share what the three least expensive native 4K action cameras actually looks like. So I'll let you just take a look at this detail and let you judge for yourself. Now, to be honest, now, in my opinion, when you compare all three of these images side by side, I think that the SJ7 STAR has an advantage over the other two. So I would say that the SJ7 STAR comes in third place. The Firefly 8S, in my opinion, comes in fourth place, and the ThiEYE T5e will come in last when in regards to just the sharpness at a distance and the clarity and the amount of detail that's actually in the image. So, you know, this is something, like I said, it's just my opinion, but I wanted you to have an opportunity to take a look for yourself. So am I saying that the ThiEYE T5e is a bad action camera? Absolutely not. If you saw some of the footage I took down in Florida, it is a fantastic camera. I've got great images with it. These are all great action cameras for 2017, and it's just amazing to me how the quality has just come up and up and up. And it's like I said in one of the other videos regarding the Umbrella chipset. Umbrella is a fantastic company that's been able to really up the game of a lot of action cameras. Like I said, now this is strictly just my opinion, but I wanted to give you some reason on why I base my opinion regarding which one is going to be first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. I think that the ThiEYE T5e, since it is using the same chipset, it may just be a little firmware tweak that they can do to where it can get the most amount of image possible. Do I still use the ThiEYE T5e? Absolutely. I love that little camera. And now with the Firefly 8S, I like the fact that it's a 90-degree, no distortion. So it will give you the image of almost a full-bodied camera to where there's no distortion on the sides at all, and it's great for vlogging. The SJ7 STAR, I love the image quality that comes out of it. I love the audio that I can get with it because it has a forward-facing microphone. The Hero 5, you know, the Hero 5 has been around for a long time, and everybody compares their camera to the Hero or to the GoPro cameras, and there is a reason why, because they are the benchmark when it comes to action cameras. But you know, action cameras have really taken on a whole different avenue when it comes to it's not just for your ski trips or jumping off a cliff into a body of water. People are now using it for home movies. And with the advent of 3-axis gimbals for these action cameras, I think it's fantastic. The Sony FDR-X3000, in my personal opinion, has the best image in 4K. And now that's just 60 megabits. Imagine at 100 megabits a second, the image quality that you get out of the Sony FDR-X3000. Also, the image stabilization at 4K is phenomenal. It's a fantastic camera. Yes, the body of it is a little bit strangely shaped when you compare it to your traditional action cameras, but you know, you quickly get used to that when you see the footage that you get. And also, I think the audio is also far superior on the Sony FDR-X3000. You know, but all in all, would I recommend any one of these cameras? Absolutely. These, in my opinion, are the top 5 cameras for 2017, and you can't go wrong either way that you go, but depending on your budget will kind of direct you on how much quality image do you want for your dollar. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below so that you can check out all these cameras on your own and make your choice from there. But you know, hey, I hope you appreciate this video, and if you do, be sure to share it, because I'm sure some others would really appreciate seeing what's going on in 2017 with 4K action cameras. And as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and be sure to share it. And also, if you have a question, comment below, because I respond to all comments. And if you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe today and click on the bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video.